2. Yep.
Mong lôi bài, buồn học phạt.
Gai mà nhỏ lột trương. Gai mà nhỏ lột trương lột.
Yama kwe gai ruja du pu penje no ba chena dun lew. Yama kwe wa kena dolar piem bai elwen toy ke ben dolar adu. Ikin bang tundu ma dolar kidal. Kuran kin dolar tia juwen kin ma kwe pa ko kin dolar kagyan. Yama kwe gai ruja du pu penje no ba chena dun lew. Yama kwe wa kena dolar piem bai elwen toy ke ben dolar adu. Ikin bang tundu ma dolar kidal. Kuran kin dolar tia juwen kin ma kwe pa ko kin dolar kagyan. Yama kwe gai ruja du pu penje no ba chena dun lew. Yama kwe wa kena dolar piem bai elwen toy ke ben dolar adu. Ikin bang tundu ma dolar kidal. Kuran kin dolar tia juwen kin ma kwe pa ko kin dolar kagyan. Ikin bang tundu ma dolar kidal. Kuran kin dolar tia juwen kin ma kwe pa ko kin dolar kagyan. Ikin bang tundu ma dolar kidal. Kuran kin dolar tia juwen kin ma kwe pa ko kin dolar kagyan. Jadane yom kula yom kala yom be dom be magala par. Majong awan kichama be chikama tialam. Narpana kunga utong. Agur betong abado betul betul doa tialam wa. Baka tialam etulna na udia. Uwer kamu ya bati kurto. Uga taguni. Keluar ni kunya kukiran kamlon. Ukun bot kilek isen media. Irana banai. Anggur tu yang tialam anakoi. Kawan biai jogan wentoy kaya bay. Wala bagyam ni jogan opal jokular bay. Bala purang. Kadang yung muna yung kala yung may dompay magalapar. Mayong awan. Kijaman ay chikaman at yalam. Ano ba na kumulay utong? Aburo betong. Abadong betul-betul kang at yalam wang. Bakit at yalam ito'y nanawabya? Uwala ka mo ay pati kurto. Ugatagunin. Kaluran kunya kukiran kamlon. Ukun bot kilig isen media. Irana banay. Anggur to'y at yalam anakoy. Kawan biyay jogan weltoy kaya bay. Wala bagyam ni jogan opal jokular.
Welcome to Lake State Media, to all our viewers and our guests in the studio, including the Secretary General, Jok Makur. Before our guests and our co-hosts take over, we would like to start with the video first to know why we are here. Thank you so much. Be patient, and we welcome all of you. Thank you very much. We appreciate the video is all one. Most of the boys, some of them are now alive and some they are deceased. But I'm happy to see this video again. Majok Makur, I will give you the floor to welcome our guest in the studio.
Thank you so much, Isaac Tiang. To our viewers, wherever you are tuning in, I have two requests. Kindly share this live show to reach to many South Sudanese and many Africans. Number two, comments and give us an opinion or suggestions as we will engage in a conversation regarding this foundation. As most of you have read it, the foundation is Stop Child Soldiers Foundation. And by hearing those names or that name, as an African or a South Sudanese, you already know what's come to your mind. And that is why we open it with a clip of 2 minutes to give you the entire background of what this conversation will all be about. Secondly, invite your friends or tag some of your colleagues to come and listen and also suggest what they think should be the right thing to do to support this foundation. As we move forward, permit me to invite our guests. We have Mr. Landy Bath. Mr. Landy, you are highly welcome to Lagos State Media and is the leader of Stop Child Foundation. And we have Mr. Eric. Mr. Eric is one of South Sudanese friends or an African friends who has actually dedicated his time for the sake of humanity to support where necessary and where he can be in a position to support, and most especially the young nation, South Sudan. You're highly welcome to Lagos State Media. And on behalf of Lagos State Media, we are happy to host you today because there is a topic that always appeals to the human conscience, and that is Stop Child Soldier. And up to that juncture, our followers or viewers permit me to give each one of them time to introduce himself formally, and on the same note also to speak on the same topic at hand. And thereafter, if there is anything that needs our contribution or questions, we will always be in a position to question them so that you can get clear information or clear backgrounds of what the Stop Child Foundation is all about, and also to know how far they have gone and when was it founded and what do they need South Sudanese, both in diaspora and at home, to support and join hands. Thank you so much, and God be with you. I will start with my brother, Landy. Mr. Landy, the chance is yours. Activate your mic, introduce yourself to our audience, and thereafter we go to Mr. Eric. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lake State Media and the founders. My name is Landit. I have a reason for it, but my real name for all my generation is Juma Abbas. I want to let you know before I introduce everything, that video you see, the person who's running in front singing a song, Sudani, 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 Fikala, Sudani, Jeji Sharp, Sudani, SPLA, Sudani, Alamakaji Torit, Alami Jeji Sharp, Abukulere Juba, Alami Jeji Sharp. That was me. That was 1988, at the age of 11 years old. The video itself inspired me to introduce myself today, who I am, and to the foundation of a Stop Child Soldier that I wanted to be a key opening for all our generation who have seen their name, their pictures there, and to remember what we need to pay back. So that is where the Stop Child Soldier Foundation came from. It came from that video. Because those you see them singing over there, we have a meaning of all the song we sing. Like we say, when we were told we were the seed of the nation, and we were told we were the future leaders, and we were told we will be a doctor's future, we were told we will be the teachers, we were told we will be the business people, we were told we'll do everything that will make South Sudan to be a best country in the world, is what bring this word Stop Child Soldier Foundation. Because a lot of things happen, but never bring any help back to us. And the tuka is, you will still see the background of many pictures of my visit to South Sudan. And we will talk one by one. If anybody who is my colleague who went to Panyadu and Itang need to flashback of the picture I have, that I was really having that energy. I'm wearing a shirt that is longer than me. The short sleeve is not even on my arm, it's on middle of my arm right here. The shirt is longer than me because I didn't have any shirt that fit me at that time. And I'm running in front there. I don't have my parent with me, but the SPLM created that, what do you see? If you look at that picture again and again and again and again and play it, then our mission is still need to go. Because that history is the anchor of history that doctor said. If you don't have an anchor in the history, you don't have anything in your background. So I will let my introduction short because I will continue to talk later for the fundraising that we have. And I will allow the room of this a brave man, American, that has joined with me, and we worked together on this journey until we went to South Sudan, and he see in his eyes what's going on. His name, Eric. He will tell you more about himself. But I'm proud to have a good friend like him. And I want everybody who will look at that media, if you have a friend that can stand with you, it's always very important to have a friend where you are. And this friend has connected me. That's why I'm in Boston today. I flew yesterday from Nashville to here because we did a show to American on this. There was a lot of emotion yesterday. We play all these things. And there was a lot of emotion. People don't think it was me. But if you look at the angle of myself later, you will see it's really me. This is not a lie. It's not a dream. It's a true story that we are telling today. But we are blessed. We have millions of South Sudanese. I have thousands of South Sudanese abroad. I am asking you, whenever we go on later, and you have tears in your eye like me, please, I want you to stop what you are doing and think about how we can turn the life of our children back home there quickly and easily. I will give chance to my friend Eric to introduce himself as we are moving forward. And thank you all. Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you for having me, and it's a privilege and an honor to be here with you today and share Peter's story. It's a remarkable story, a journey from desperation, heartache, to where he's at today, where he wants to give back to children around the world, in Africa, and in children that are former child soldiers who are now older, who need services, psychological help, physical help. So my name is Eric Karen. My website is Switched On Life. I met Peter a few years ago, and I heard his story of him becoming a child soldier at a very young age, and how he struggled to come to America. But by the grace of God, he lived. He's alive today to help the children of South Sudan. And I had the privilege to accompany him back to South Sudan 2 months ago. And it was a difficult journey, but a journey
you can play that video visit so that people will see Eric in that video. It was not like really something Red Army welcome me.
And and so that was us just a few months ago.
Yeah, that was in.
And and then we ended up going to an orphanage in South Sudan, and what we saw was pretty horrific. That there were 2,400, 2,500 children, young babies and toddlers from the age of 2 to 18. And the conditions were not very good. You know, there's a saying that if the children are not taken care of, if we don't harness, we, the good people, do not harness the potential for good in children and don't feed them and clothe them and love them and care for them properly, then they will grow up and their societies, corrupt officials, transnational crime groups, will harness their potential for evil. I'm a former U.S. special agent diplomat, and I've made it my life journey now to help Peter help children of Africa. And his organization, Stop Child Soldiers Foundation, and it's .org, wants to have open a safe haven, an orphanage, if you will, in South Sudan and other parts of the world to properly care for and love. And so these children will grow up and be good citizens of the world, and that's why I think it's important that people in Australia, people in America understand the need to help this organization, because these children will grow up that are not cared for properly, that are exploited for their labor, exploited for their sexual deviant purposes, for organ harvesting, for child rituals, and for war fighters. They will grow up, some of them, and travel the world. And we want to make sure the people that come to America, the people that go to Australia, become the next doctors and lawyers and special agents and army officials. So that's why his organization, Peter's organization, is so very important today, because the need to take care of these children is so great. So it's a privilege to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Landy and my brother Eric, for the introductions And thank you, Isaac, for playing those videos. Actually, many of us feel emotional once we see the first video when child or children of that days, 1983, took up arms to defend their land and also join on to liberate the country that we are all proud today as South Sudanese. To all lost boys, this is my personal message. If you are watching this live show, please, you have a deep connections compared to other South Sudanese who did not went to the bush at the early age. You did not enjoy your childhood as you supposed to be because of the sacrifice that you made to liberate your country. Even now, you are not yet resting. You are still working, supporting South Sudanese back home and supporting anybody related to you. Kindly share this live show. And as we walk through the journey of fundraising of this occasion, it is very important, as you all know, the meaning of fundraising. You, Lost Boys, have understood it more than other South Sudanese. $1 can make a difference. Let's all join hands and support this initiative and support this program. We need to serve our children. We need to serve our children. We need to serve the next generation of South Sudan and the citizens of the world, as my brother Eric put it. Thank you so much. Let's move to the questions many citizens might be thinking, especially the viewers. Mr. Landy, you said before your original name or your family name, and Landy is your own name that attached with some meaning. Kindly, can you elaborate more about that name before we go to the process of founding this foundation?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for bringing me up again. Now we are running on the show. I have landed international in this. I have landed international um, investment and limited company, which is not a poor company. I found it in 2011 when we got independent, and I still have it right now because it's not put into a place. The reason I formed that one is the only way that the government of South Sudan will operate with no corruptions. And the logo for that, I did not give it to you here, is two elephants holding the map of South Sudan. In that, and I did that one back in 2011, and I want that organization will still come up when I get in my road to help South Sudan, all ministries to invest in case of corrupting money, they will invest money for the development of the country. Because in that landed investment, every ministry in South Sudan has a part to play. It started from the Minister of Health on how they can build hospital, to the Minister of Road on how can they connect it to the world to make sure the road is built, and how they can build a system on how transportation between the cities to be planned, how the taxis in the city is going to work, and how we're going to have our airport and the airport to be built, how we're going to make sure that we have our own plane to run in the country for ourselves is in that landed. That's why I keep it, and my name become popular on landed. But my real name is Peter Abbas. I put it in my papers landed because I have a great meaning about it. If I play that one, the government of South Sudan will know. If they want me to show a PowerPoint to them on how they can block all this corruption money going direct to the pocket of the people instead of going to the investment of the country and investment of the people, then that will be the good move. Because South Sudan in itself now, when I go to Juba, we have million and million of jobs that South Sudanese can run, but nobody have the agencies to get them out. And Landit can get them out. It started from all the securities that can be working with the embassies are also with the Landit. Anything that can work to make sure the government is safe is with the Landit. So that Landit is inclusively a big thing that I have as a background dream for the South Sudan development, the South Sudan investment, the South Sudan economic, the South Sudan everything is in Landit. That's why the land it is there. So I put it aside right there because it's something that is the government of South Sudan accepted. It will take all our boys who are educated around the world to make sure we control our bank system from transferring money to our people in South Sudan will be still our job to do it, rather than we have a local people who are making money on us. So that is how the landed come from. So landed is something big behind my dream, apart from what we are doing now. So my name is Juma Abbas, for people who will know my name. And if the name that I got when I was in Panyudu, then the Peter was joining during the time that we joined to be, God came into our life and we were baptized, choose the name. And the reason I choose the name Peter, because Peter has a meaning of being a rock. So I want to be a rock, be strong before I die, do some more. So that's what is going on. So you call me Peter, you call me a right name. So that's where the landed is coming from. So you need to understand that and let the media know. I want that landed to be known as the one that will bring our educated people to build the system where everybody will survive on his paycheck that you work for, not the corrupt money bunch in your pocket without a meaning on how it's where you work. So we need to South Sudan to work like United States, 24 hours a day, factories open. We have a chance to do our own life over there with landed. So that's how landed is.
Thank you so much, Peter Juma Abbas, for that. In fact, I've recalled your name. We met somewhere in a certain group, politically group. Thank you so much to meet you today, my brother Juma and Landit. The Landit carry a big weight when it comes to the service of our country. And I deeply appreciate you for dedicating your time and your life and your mind too to the issues of South Sudan, because it's hard to live your own life and then you focus much on the country, which is the broader picture that constitute everybody. Secondly, can you tell us how did a child soldier, the Stop Child Soldiers Foundation, came into being, and what inspired you? Was it because you were a child soldier by that time, or is it because you feel like South Sudan, when you guys took up arms against Arabs in 1980, in 1983, and the South Sudan after independence in 2013 up to now, have you seen like that was not the South Sudan you expected to see after independence or after liberation? What actually inspired you to come up with such foundation, and when was it founded? Thank you.
Okay, we have a person who was he was a member of Koryom, and Jang Deng Chiang brought his name, and I'm sorry that he passed away. His name is called Matiom Garang. He came up with the song that time because his vision, when we said that we didn't see what we have, and he came out with the song. He said, "Your orient ke wa ke bilpam yen ke wa chu ke wa nyir ke biam ngalbel ma jang dia achuka ye chenga lwel malene jalte ke bai to kwane der kutie nyane bim kunyae ala yokle yelwel wude matiom garane chambiara akule ting as PLA tiak boya lalade hui jorse le sukriya kachenga marade baya koiwa nyaliwa chawa chadompanda. Our vision back was like that. We think that when we capture this country, everything will come up by itself to have a palace to live in, have a car, and your wife will be more comfortable. That is what was the vision of those who were fighting that time. They were thinking that when we got it, everything will turn back. Don Garang mentioned it so many times that if we SPLM will not provide anything to our people, then there is no reason for a revolution. We make the revolution to bring what we don't have to our people. So it came to my mind this way, that what can I bring back after we have this independence? What can I give back? I make more research on what I see, but I have seen all our child soldiers are being played by so many organizations. What are they providing back there? They are raising money on our name. They are picking up our pictures for child soldiers onto their platform. Did they bring anything back to South Sudan? I was thinking, and then when I called Eric, I said, Eric, hey, look at what is going on right here. We have so many non-profit organizations, thousands of them. We will have children. We want to do this. We want to do that. They sign up with the United Nations. They go everywhere. They raise money. They put them in their pocket. Children are still suffering over there. I say, look, I need this organization to stop child soldiers for good. So nobody will talk about this is a human right violation. It was not violated on our house. The situation took us into it. But people are playing with the knife. They are playing with our life. They are playing with the future of South Sudan. They are betraying South Sudan. So let me get this Stop Child Soldier Foundation to find out who is trying to play with our name over there. Either we will sue them or will they put them down on their platform and we get the money to show what our effort will do back home there. After we build the website, I told Eric, I said, Eric, look, let us see the Red Army Foundation that is struggling in South Sudan there. Let us visit them. I called them. I saw there is some few elements in the Red Army that corrupt. Salva Kiir Mayardit was trying to make sure the Red Army is there on the top of the SPLM plan. But there was a scapegoat who came there and blocked the barrier for the Red Army and destroyed to make sure they are benefiting themselves. But I said, no, I've been fighting for this. You people, you know, I've been fighting for this because this is not a personal bank account. This is the future of the country. So I came up with Stop Child Soldier and I said, who are the people that I will go there? I called them on the phone. I mobilized them on the phone. And I said, who's the leader? I found there was a lot of things over there. They are not united. Everybody is taking his own whatever and turn around and he says, you want to beg the money on the name of the Red Army over there in Juba to survive. I said, no, this is not going to happen. I said, I need a group that will work with me. I sent them to Warab in 16 May. I used my own money to let them go there because I want them to be the sunshine of this country. The videos you see from where we were in Panyadu, from the bush, from where we have gone, John Garang has said something very important. And you know why? We are blessed. Because if we didn't come to the United States, who can speak about this? But who make this organization for us, the Lost Boys, to bring us to the United States and Canada? Who opened it up? Do anybody know about it? I'm also a part of it. I want to let you know how it is. In Kakuma, I was in the youth and culture program. And when I was in the youth and culture program, my English improved immediately over there. And when the United Nations project manager came to visit Kakuma, I was the first person who was contacted by the caretaker. His name is Makirikur Luat. He said, this guy is coming to see you and you want to walk all the group of the unaccompanied minor in Kakuma. I called 3 people. We went around with him in all the groups. By the time we went back to UN compound, the guy was broke down in tears. And he told me, what can we do for this? I told them, in next 5 years, we are growing up. Majority of them will be having mental issues. And he said me why. I said, there is no way a young man is growing. You can't get married. You can't finish your school. You can't help your family. You don't have money. All these problems will cause a problem. And he told me there is a solution. I said, what is the solution? He said, one of my friends called Bolcon, he is still now in Juba. He was with me. He said, we tried to go to United Nations. We want to go to Canada and Australia. He came back with just a small story. And he said, yeah, United States can take you and Canada can take you. And also Australia can take you. Myself, which I'm connected with the SPLM, I said, maybe that's not going to happen. I was laughing at him. He said, no, I'm going to get the project for it. And you went back, we go to a Red Abandon together. And you went to a Red Abandon and said, where is the database for these children? And the Red Abandon said, we will collect the database. He said, send me the database. He applied back. A couple months later, he came back to Kakuma and opened up the process. That plane that came down to pick up the lost boys in Kakuma, I was a part of it. I put the foot on it. Nobody knows about it, but I put my foot on it because of my word saying that the mental issue is going to be an issue. How many people came now? They are here. Are they going to neglect what I'm doing? I brought them to United States through my youth and culture program. They don't know. Many of them got their degrees. They are doing their own part over there. They are proud of the suit. They are campaigning for leadership. They are becoming want to be a president in South Sudan. But hell no, you cannot be a president before you touch yourself with people of South Sudan. You bring the service back. Get yourself attached with people of South Sudan and bring the service back. That's where you will be eligible for presidency. So I'm telling you this, that's who I am. That's how God is using me to bring people of South Sudan to. So that is where people came to United States. I remained behind. By then, I gave my name out and I said, no, I don't want to go to United States. I went back to Nairobi and tried to get myself to school in Nairobi. I finished my high school in 2003. And guess what? Because this one still need me. After we celebrate CPA, I was there in Nairobi. I also formed a group in Nairobi in Zimmerman. And I trained them and I said, we have to give our thanks to those who bring peace. If you look at all these videos, the team that was wearing yellow t-shirts was me, was my team. But Deng Dao was pushing for me to open the ground over there. But people who were making organization, they blocked me. The people who were making the people who were planning for the event, they blocked me from it. All the communities were given money. Nobody give me money. I have to transport my own people to the stadium, Nyayo Stadium myself, with my own money that I work with the Sister Louise, because I was working in our office. So I got the money and invest the money there. And I have 18 people. I trained them. But by the time we went to the stadium, nobody allowed me to open because I have a nice chorus bus acting as a drama to be on the face of those leaders to tell them that South Sudanese will respond. But because there was a corrupt going on, I was blocked and the dancing was going on and all that. I was working like somebody who doesn't, all my team remained without showing up in the camera. So that is the Peter now. All of the audience who are in there, that is how you know who I am. And if I'm not lying, people who knows when I trained them in Zimmerman in Nairobi, that's what it was. But I you know what? I do say that the reason I remained behind, I was to witness, the peace being signed in Nyayo Stadium. On that day, on the 9th, I let a lot of people come through the Sister Louise program. I was holding all the file over there. Many of them came to US because you know what? I went to Sister Louise and I said, what is going on in Kakuma is the same here. Can we direct to JVA? And Sister Louise said yes. So we have to bring many boys from the Sister Louise program to US. Nial Makidid came through that. Nial Makidid who is now in Juba. Because Nial Makidid, he knows when he was not in the program of Sister Louise, but I told him, bring your application. And I brought his application. His brother was sponsoring him. He was in Michigan. His brother Deng Matoto. And everybody knows about that. So I told him to bring his application. His application was a lot of gold on his necks and all that. I said, hey, no, man. He was in Nakuru. I said, I need to change that picture. You have all these gold on you. You are not rich. Please give me a new picture. He have to drop overnight from Nakuru to bring me a new picture to put on his file. And he managed to come to the United States. Make his story short. Once I finished the CPA, I went direct on Monday to JVA, and I said, now I need to go to the United States. And guess what? My process did not take long. In February 17, I was in the US. My flight was on February 16, and I got myself in New York and Syracuse. So that is the reason why I will tell you there is something that is in me that I want to do before I die. And I want everybody to know that this one doesn't come coincidentally. Probably if I would have come first before those who have many non-profit organizations went to South Sudan, maybe I might have been corrupt. But from now, I'm not valuing you myself, because I have learned something. I work every single day in America, 200 hours in 2 weeks. I don't know who the person who can do that. And I have a freedom to do that because I work with the state of Tennessee. I'm a correction officer. I will not lie about that. And I work on the top of the state. And I did that one. I get more money, but I don't see it because I help a lot. I help too much. I have my relatives. I have anybody. Even here in the US, somebody called me yesterday and said, man, I'm sleeping on the street. Can you give me some money so that I can survive the next day? It's one of our boys. Why do I do that? So that is why I said God has directed me to some other places where I want to do good. And this is one of the things that I want to do worldwide. If we want to build anything with $1, I'm just saying $1. I'm campaigning for only $1. If I get that $1 in place, just $1, what we will build in South Sudan will not be compared to thousands and thousands of dollars we send every day. And I have a mission for there's a lot of things to be done. The land itself is more productive. The land itself is more productive. So I'm just letting you know from the bottom of my heart, the children behind me are the next generation. We are in the best place where there is a technology. We are going to get more engineers because our engineers now, they are banished in the West. They are not helping South Sudan because they're scared over there. When they go there, they don't want to do nothing. We will get engineers on this. We will get doctors in this. We got business people on this. And we got people who will build this country in this. So Stop Child Soldiers is the power of our journey. And it's the power of John Garang's mission. So it is very important for everybody who will listen to this to share it. Don't share it before you put your $1. Man, I don't need anything from you. I need only $1. If you put that $1 into that stick like that, the file that this one is going to raise for you, you will be proud of your $1 for it. I already put my $100. Why not putting $100 like me? Whatever, I don't care. If you have a lot of a struggle, my friend, put just $1. That's what I want. So I just want everybody to think, look at the pictures we play. I need to go and build that kitchen before I do anything. I want to make sure that I drill water there for them before I do anything. I want to tear down all these Mavadi house and build that classes separated from where they sleep. I want the children that are very small have some women to take care of them, clean them, watch them, change the diapers. I don't know whether they have diapers, but I'm just talking about what I see. My tears from this mission, after I went back there, the question I asked from the Red Army, where are the children? Where are the children? They told me, hey, we will take you to where the children are. And this is what you see. I met my colleague. And these were the colleagues that you saw them in that picture when we began it. So this campaign is a worldwide campaign. And I want that kitchen to be built. Immediately, I need money to go and build that kitchen myself, Nobody else. I want to sit down there like the way I spend 8 hours or the way I spend 16 hours. If the roof is not in, I'm not leaving. I want to go there, start, but your $1 will build it. Look at the washing the beans in that dirty water. If that is healthy, look at the video when I have with children. They are coughing too much. They are sick. Nobody take care about them. But the mission that is taking care of them is doing what is called 25% or less. But we citizens of South Sudan, we want to do more. Look at the classes. This is all Mabati house. This is like completely the iron sheet on the back of it. Do we think that we suffered in the bush for a reason of enjoying life in the West? Or we were suffering to be the example of what is going on in the South, in South Sudan? I am putting all my heart, my dream. If I put my hand in my own pocket, my friend, to travel, just my family, let me tell you, I told my brothers when I get there, my brothers, my families, I say, come to Nairobi, come to Juba and see me. I'm not coming for you. Eric witnessed them. They came, I sit down on the table for just only 20 minutes. And I said, go back to where you go. 20 minutes, Eric greet them. And I continue with this mission because I love the country. I don't love myself. I love the image of our struggle. The image of our struggle. I met with one of the Somalian guy in Nairobi. We were in the elevator. Hey, how are you from South Sudan? Huh? Say yes. He said, yeah, I have a big business in South Sudan. And laugh at me. I said, man, hey, don't insult me. I fought for this. I suffered for this. But he told me, you suffered for it and you lost it. I said, damn. I hit my head. I said, if I see him in South Sudan, I would have killed him first, because how does the person say you lose him because he got a business for us? Now people are suffering. And he's getting these luxuries because of what he got in South Sudan. So I just want to let us open our eye on this. What is that child soldier is going to do with your $1? Look at, I went to the airport. I found the airport was like out of glass. That is where your president come out. Just the place where the BIP is. That road is come out from the airport, and the president will come with his own vehicle, go through that road to the door and get outside there. But you know what I call this Red Army? I said, guys, come on here. Look at this. I passed at the airport and the grass took over the airport. Who are the agencies working over there? I talked to them. We went to the restaurant. We have a lunch. And I said, next day, we are going to the airport to cut the grass. We are going to volunteer ourselves to show the image for the country, free of charge. And you know what they did? They accepted. I called some people to bring some water close to us. I went to Konya with Mariala Walk. We bought these slashes. We rented some few machines from people who have them somewhere else. And we went to the airport. We spent about 7 hours. Mariala Walk is the tall guy over there. He's the one who drove me around when I was in Juba. They were standing with me, helping me every time we worked during the day. They would bring me to the hotel safe. And that's how we make it. So I was going for this mission only for our colleagues who live in the US. No, we have a work to do. We have a work to do. And if I go back this time, it will not be my own pocket. This was my own pocket taking this. I am not crazy, or I am not mean. I feel if I have my own stuff, I will help the whole country to survive. But we have a lot of people. These are some of the youth I met in Nairobi. I sit down with them, I give them an advice. Those youth, they were having church over there, but I talk to them, give them courage. This is how I am moving on with the journey. I want all of you for the break right now, and Eric will talk because I have to go and write some stuff down. I want all of you to talk about it, what I told you now, what I discussed with you now. How do you feel? How do you feel? You are the audience right now. How do you feel about South Sudan? Do you think working with the South Sudan government is the only thing that is very important? Citizens are the one make the government look good. We are the citizen in the West. Why are we wasting our time thinking that we will be still being supported by another person and we can support ourselves? That is the guy who is running over there. He was called Mangung Africa. I transported him all the way from a will, and I told him, come and join me. Come and join me on this mission. And I told him, take this machine, show people we work. That's how we work in America. We want to work in South Sudan. We want to go there and work voluntarily until we got this. So there is million and million and million and million of jobs that are not activated in South Sudan. But landed organization can open them up. South Sudanese deserve to enjoy their land. We were fighting for that land. We were fighting for freedom. We don't want our freedom to be taken away by other people. We want to keep our freedom strong in our hand. But we can do it in the West. Any family who is in the West, I'm begging you for your $1. And you will see this going on when I come back next to a Lake Media. All of you will be proud of what can be done in South Sudan. And all American that I'm going to reach, American friend that is standing with me here with Eric. So I will give Eric to go ahead, and all of you will bring your comment. And if there is some comment and question down there, we want to receive them and write them down, then we can answer them.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And let me just say, we are going to Ohio to a college next week to speak to the college kids in Ohio to help spread the word in America. And we want to spread Stop Child Soldiers Foundation throughout the world so we can help the children of South Sudan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juma, and our friends and brother Eric. Before we move further to some of the questions that might have been posted below the comment sections, of which Isaac is monitoring that very closely. He will pull them up later on if there are some questions. I have a simple questions to you, Mr. Eric. What prompted you to be friend to South Sudan? Because once you are friends to Juma, it means you are friend to South Sudan, other country. I'm not meaning Juma is the country, but Juma is doing something for the country. And through that, I have seen in the picture and in the clip of videos, you travel with him to South Sudan, not for adventure, but to go and witness what is happening in that country. And there are many countries across the world, almost 10 of them or beyond, who are still practicing child soldiers, recruiting children into army. Most of them are in Asia. And in Africa, we have South Sudan, we have Somalia, we have Nigeria, we have Yemen in Middle East, we have Syria, we have Afghanistan, we have Iran, all those countries. What made you, out of all those, that you choose South Sudan, the young nation, to support? I believe the American that you will talk to will believe you. And I believe you will use your own money to support this cause. Was it because you are an army man from the US? You know what the army mean to the country? Or is it because South Sudan is a virgin land that need ideas, that need to be helped, that need a lot of things for its growth? Thank you.
Well, thank you for the question. You know, there's no greater good. You have to ask yourself, all of us, why are we here? Why are we on this planet? And I feel, and I'm sure many people feel, it's about service to others. That's why we are all here. Not to have the big house, more planes, fancy clothes. That's all good. But at the heart of who we are is about service and helping others. Throughout the Bible, it is referenced that women should take care of the less fortunate. And it highlights in the Bible the taking care of orphans and taking care of widows. So I feel in my heart that South Sudan, the youngest nation in the world, is in the greatest need of help. And yes, it would be easy for me to go to the Middle East, in the UAE, where I served as a U.S. diplomat, or Oman, or pick any other country, and open a business and make a lot of money. But with what I just said about service to others, the greatest need I see is in South Sudan and in Sudan right now. And so I've partnered with Peter to help bring hope. That's what we're all about, bringing hope and freedom to the less fortunate, the orphans, and children young as 5 years old or younger being exploited for various purposes, as I mentioned, as child soldiers, as organ donors, as sexual purposes, deviant abuse for labor. And so Stop Child Soldiers Foundation is about serving others. And that's why all of us, that's why we're here on this planet is to serve. So thank you for the question.
Thank you so much, Eric. Indeed, it was true said by one of the scholars that if you serve children or take good care of children, then you are laying the foundation for the generation to come or for the future. And if you take care of the elderly people, then you are laying the foundation of blessing to dwell upon.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. And we South Sudanese, we are always grateful to whoever feels like South Sudan need your support, need your advice, need your financial support, emotional, moral supports, and everything. Indeed, South Sudan's children are the victims of many things, as you have mentioned, including human trafficking. And all other countries, they're taking advantage of that. Because if there is nobody taking care of this, if there are no laws in place, if everybody is like being taken to be compromised based on financial things, you have to be bribed, you have to be given some money, and they take away your children without knowing it. So literally, it's really hard and it's sad. Right. But we believe.
If I may say too, my friend.
Yep.
I think it's important. My part, I'm trying to educate Americans and people around the world that we think we are 8,000 miles away from South Sudan, and it's not my problem. And the mind has to change. because the world is so much smaller now, right? We are more connected than ever. And it's because of globalization. And globalization is good in many respects because I can get on a plane today in Boston and be in South Sudan within a day. And I can communicate on my laptop and do Skype and transfer money on my phone and ship goods around the world. That's good. But the bad guys exploit our freedoms. They exploit what I call the 3 T's. T, trade, travel, and telecommunication, right? Trade, travel, telecommunication. The transnational crime groups and the terror groups will exploit our freedoms around the world. And my point is this: these children who are 5 or 10 years old, who are being recruited as terrorists or as war fighters, grow up. And it's very easy for them to come to America, to harm America, or very easy to go to Australia or Canada. So we have to make sure that these children at 5 years old or 10 years old are fed, are nourished with love and affection and educated. And my saying is switched on. My website is Switched On Life. And it's so important in the foundation of who I am and being switched on is about a strong mind, a strong body, and a strong soul. Equally important, and they have to be fed daily. So if we do not feed these children and their minds are weak and their souls are weak and their bodies are weak, they will be exploited. And they potentially can travel the world now because we are all connected.
I will respond to what the Eric is saying. And I want to let all my South Sudanese know around the world. Everybody seeks for help. How many millionaires around the globe that are sick to die on organs like liver and kidneys? There is a room you just see in Egypt. It happens sometimes. South Sudanese are grabbed on the roads and go and throw them somewhere and take their liver and whatever to go and save their people and sell it with a lot of money. If a stepchild soldier is not getting in to block all the people who will come somewhere and say, oh, I will sponsor you, and as a person who have made a business somewhere to sell a human being for organ harvest. I know it's happening now. People are disappearing. And when I look at these children, I went inside and I asked 7 years old, 5 years old. Some are gone to 17 and 15 years old, and now they're almost getting to adult. If somebody who is rich somewhere else and said, hey, I will take an advantage to make business on this and come there, I need to sponsor the child, prepare the paperwork, take him to Middle East, sell it over there, take the organs. The father doesn't know, the country doesn't know, dump the body somewhere else, and other rich people use it and pay somebody for that. Who cares? And this is going to be like the South Sudanese people who are weak now are the one getting to that business. There are some other people who are rich for their body and for their blood. Yeah. What he's saying right here, I want to make sure we South Sudanese join hands together. We don't want to let our weakness destroy our generation. And that is why Stepchild is coming in. We build a beautiful place they can live. We make sure they have a church service. We make sure that there is nobody is flying to South Sudan and said, I'm going to get this for his own business to sell. Because I realize, I will not tell you the name. Someone is here, we're going to get him. She is in South Sudan. He has done that one to sell children to Middle East, and one is 200,000. And he's going to tell the person that is a sponsor. Everybody want to live in a good place. But when he opened that business, he was closed down in Uganda. But he would raise the children when they reach 17, 18. He would say, you are going somewhere to get. He sell that person to be like 200,000 to sell that person. The family is going to take that, screen that person is healthy, is whatever. What you will know, they will help their grandfather, who is a millionaire, to get an organ donor free. And he pay only $200, somebody will bring that body. They are not coming back to South Sudan. They already killed. I got that one with Eric, and we close it. We don't want to talk about it. We're going to get it later when we get there. She's a rich lady now in South Sudan and is doing that business. Who is another person who's going to pick it up somewhere? Somebody who will do it. Take the weak people to be looking like they get into a good place. And we're going to train these children to understand that if somebody come with money, it's killing you. That person is killing you. So this one is agents. I learn a lot from him. He knows about international criminals going on around. So I want to let South Sudanese, your $1 will make us go to South Sudan, and our weakness will not be. How many South Sudanese around the world are being mistreated? And I'm telling you, we're going to solve the problem in Egypt, that our people have to be treated with honor and dignity. So those things are coming out. So when we talk about this Stop Child Soldier Foundation fundraising, it's not my pocket. My friend, if I live right here, I have my 4 kids. I pay rent. I have a job that I don't have to complain about nothing. Okay? The job that I can take care of my family without anything. But why do I care? I care about the future that we struggle for. I care about the country that I need to proud of. I care about our veteran that will proud about. There were children that were behind them. They are now old, but they fought. They are all now old. Nobody know about them. But they are suffering now under the trees in South Sudan. And during that time, the energy as a youth has brought this country to what? To independence. But the independence we have, the freedom is not yet completed. So if we want to get the freedom completed, Salva Kiir Mayardis is getting old now. But if he's getting old without potential system built, do you think what happened in 2013, 2016 will not come back again and destroy our life? We need a strong system. But for that, it's a politic. Leave it aside. Can it come back to me here? Listen to my pockets. Let us work alongside so we can see what is inside. If you want to support the future of South Sudan, donate your $1 to Stop Child Soldier Foundation fundraising. You will see. And I still repeat it, if I go by myself, bought my own ticket, I don't care about my family, and I go back and dig what is going on there with my former child soldiers, Red Army Foundation. What about you? Why can't you come back and see what I'm doing? I don't want to be great, but I want the country to be great. A lot of people are making talk about South Sudan right now, but we want South Sudan to be better than this country called Rwanda. I want all these people who are making joke about South Sudan. Hey, South Sudan, we are strong people. We were born strong, but God bless us with a land with a lot of water, a lot of fish, a lot of land to cultivate, a lot of cows, a lot of goats, a lot of sheep. We just need freedom and security, or we will live free. So I want all of you to listen to this. Please do not think about your money being used wrongly. Just give me what you cannot buy a coffee with it. Go back and get all those coins you have inside there and just select 4 quarters and put it back into this. You will see what I will do in January. I'm promising. Even the government of South Sudan will stand behind this. Even NGOs like United Nations will stand behind this. If you started as you South Sudanese, United States will stand behind it. Australia will stand behind it. East African countries will stand behind it. If you don't start by yourself, nobody can help you. You need to have a role like I'm doing it right now. I stopped working this weekend today because I need these things happen. Because I always work 7 days. I don't stop. But why? My kids are here. My wives are here. But I'm a father. I love my kids. But I love the country most because if my kids can have a future, they need to have a country. United States, Australia, Canada is a hostage. It's the people who host us to grow. It's like what is called, what is when you put the eggs in what covens, or we are here to groom up in this West and go back and leave. We can have the same road. Look at Kenya. They have like a highway. You're gonna go there to South Sudan and drive on a nice, comfortable road. But we will do it. So listen to this. Stop Child Soldier Foundation is not a playground that I want to show you. It's a dream that I need to bring for all of you. I want all of you to have job on this because it's going to be a global. We are going to reach to Afghanistan. We are going to reach to all other children who have problem. But who are going to tell their story? It's all of you. It's all of you are going to be a part of it. You will tell the story I tell. So then stop what you are doing and listen to this and put your effort on it. I already put my effort. If you go there and click, you see my $100 in there. So I want you to put whatever you do. So I was answering to what Eric is saying, because in US here, we have a lot of people who go for dialysis. They don't have a choice. They are poor, but they go dialysis 3 days a week for their life to still sustain to go. But if people get opportunity to see some people who are healthy somewhere, they will attract them for a help. But attracting them for a help is going to be a death and losing of the generation. Because that person who started in South Sudan, we're going to get, because he has created, opened a door for other billionaires in Middle East, especially in Saudi Arab. They kill a lot of South Sudanese due to the business he started for children growing up. Grow them like chicken, just only to go and give their organ to people who want to survive because they have money. Hey, open your eyes, South Sudanese. What we are doing for this is a future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Peter, and our friends, Mr. Eric. True, indeed, Mr. Eric, you'll be useful to South Sudanese. Not only South Sudanese, you'll be also useful to the Middle East, the suffering, vulnerable people, and most especially the children. The 3 T's which you have mentioned are indeed criminals or bad guys always take advantage of a good situations or a good system. I believe even in the West, especially in the America, Australia, in Canada, and most advanced world countries, actually they still have those bad guys who are taking advantage. What if you see the countries that are actually at the birth of growing, like South Sudan, like DRC Congo, like Central African Republic, like Syria, like Yemen, all these countries who have problems that are taking a lot of advantage to benefit themselves. The trade issue, the travel, and the telecommunication, all these beautiful things that actually constitute globalizations, they're using it for their own advantage. But they are not even feeling like the human being, they're acting like that. So why? And when you know human being, the greed take over you, and then you become like a monster living in a human form. Thank you so much for that. To my brother, Peter, I need you to let our audience know two things. Number one, where is that place located? Is it in Juba or in a certain state? The place shown on the clip. Number two, if somebody want to donate $1, $2, $5, $10, should they click the link below? And if there is a website actually, which I know is there, and fundraising like GoFundMe page, then you will sublet state media with it so that we can also share it on our timeline. And our audience who are watching us, kindly share this live show. I know you might not have much, but $1 that you have, or even a quarter that you have, may make a difference in the life of South Sudanese who are currently suffering, especially the young children. Do that for me. Do that for South Sudan. Do that for yourself. Do that for your children. Do that for your kids. And the future of South Sudan will be settled. Thank you. Yield it back to you, Peter.
Yeah, I will answer to you. The website is built by a professional person. When you go to link and say go donate, it will go you through to put all your information and will go direct in there. And you also see people who donate already, you will see them there. So it's very easy. You just go donate and it will show you there, put your $1 in there. We know it's just going to show up there. And the goal is in there, what we need to do. So
people can contact
can contact me. If you have a problem, just contact me. I have all information there. Contact me and say, okay, I don't have opportunity to do this. So what can I do? We will give you another alternative if you are not able to go through on this, because not everybody who have a bank card or whatever. This one is a secure link where you don't have to worry about your information getting out. So it's very secure. It's completely where you can have everything go in there. Those who want to, in few days, in the next few days, the bank account for Stop Child Soldier Foundation is going to be open, because 15C3, 51C3 is still waiting to come, and when it comes, it's just got, that is what it is. You collect it like that. You see what person is in there, what person is donate. You go there and share also, and you donate, and right information will come in there, and you can go ahead and put all your information in and donate into the website. And that's what we need. And when we open up the account, so you will see what is going on there. So it's easy, and you can see what you are donating for. If you want to read the mission, you can go in and read what is there on the website. That picture is a picture of the Red Army when they were suffering back when we were traveling around. And I know this is when we left somewhere in Peñudo. We were traveling, going back to Narus. And I think these pictures tell a lot about us. And that is why I put in there to know this is the past story. What is the current story now? So if we were like this and we didn't get help, then what can we do for the current situation now? So it's easy. Contact me if you want to donate your money through either you want to do the Zelle, or you want to do the Cash App. You want to do anything that is easy for you. If you are not able to reach to that level and you want to contact me, you want to send your money on a regular sending, whatever, just tell me. We can still line up. What I need is to make sure that I have information, your information in the file. Because the reason why it is very important to donate on this, the file is there on a GoFundMe with all that is 400 people or 1 million people, it will be still there. And we can still remember you, what you have done. But sending money to me direct does not mean anything. But I still, if I have your information, I can put them into the system. So that is where we are now about the fundraising. And I will tell you how many people know building a website, how much money it costs. I did not ask anybody for it, but I managed to go through and make the website come out. Yeah, so turn it off. I don't need anybody to call me. Yeah, let me turn my phone off, because some people are
Maybe
still.
it's a donor.
I don't know, but it's not right time now for it. We are on the show. So if somebody want to contact me later when the show is over. So that is what we are working on, and I feel great for Lake State to let you know this is a begin journey, and you will still see the information about what is happening. So thank you so much, and we can still have, if there is some question, whatever going on, tell us. I'm ready to somebody say some word there. Are you helping the
Yeah,
kids in
thank you.
South Sudan, or are you going to take them somewhere
Them
else?
somewhere else.
So first of all, they see the ground over there. Play the ground for them to see. We answer this question because we went to South Sudan. For the person who are asking question, we went to South Sudan. I was going to meet my colleague, former child soldier, Red Army, with the Red Army Foundation. And I told them what I need to do. I didn't know that we have 2,500 kids that are in a place where the life is having a kitchen on the ground with no closed place where they can cook that food. They are not healthy. They are in South Sudan. We cannot take this population out in South Sudan. We need to help them there, create that foundation happen over there. If we want to have another opportunity, it will be something that we can think about it after we have shown you this situation is changed. If this situation is changed, we're gonna show you the beginning, and we show you the progress. Because I want the kitchen to be built where it is, not to be kitchen to be working and cook on the charcoal like that. I want a kitchen that have electricity to cook their food, and that is what I want it to be, a good kitchen. And when they come there, they will have a dining, not just a kitchen alone. They sit in a dining on the table and have everybody have a plate and sit down and eat. This is the vision I have for that kitchen. Before I talk about where they sleep or whatever, no. You see it, your answer is clear. They are in South Sudan. We cannot take that population, but we need to bring help over there where they are. South Sudan can have a big land to give us to have like the population of the Red Army, like we have about 50,000. We can have them everywhere, somewhere else. But you know, South Sudan itself have accommodation. If I have $500,000 today, do you know what I will do with it? First of all, this kid need milk from cows. I'll go and have a big cattle camps. I'll buy the one that are pregnant, and then they give birth, and they have milk direct from free cattle camps, and employ people to take care of those cows. And that's the only way I can bring food to them easily. I don't even have to think about whatever, but the milk can come to them right there. I can go there and buy cows and get people who are well educated on how to take care of cows. And I say every morning, bring this kid to have milk. Just easy like that, without even talking about UN food or whatever. But in the next season, I'm feeling to make sure they can have food cultivated. You know, they can have food cultivated. We can have machinery do there, and we can have a big farm to get their food direct there in South Sudan. While we are building the system that will make them feel comfortable. So that is a vision right there. Yeah, you need to know what we are doing right here. Your $1 will change the environment, will change the life. I want you to see this kid playing basketball, not sitting down and crying.
Yeah.
I want you to see this kid playing soccer in their compound. I want you to see these kids like dressing officially and go to the class. What about that?
Yeah, the last question before Eric get in is about the locations of the place. Is it in Juba where all these kids are, or in the state?
Jumba.
Or is in Juba? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the goal, I think the vision too, if I may say, for Peter, is that this house, if you will, house of love that Peter has envisioned will be in South Sudan, but also as we know, we have millions of South Sudanese children in Kenya, and we have them in Uganda.
We can make some more extensions.
So we have satellite homes of hope for children of South Sudanese and other children from Uganda or Kenya or Congo. But I mean, the focus is really right now on helping the South Sudanese children that are in South Sudan. But we also know that there are refugee camps in Kenya and Uganda that need help as well. So if we can build multiple satellite homes of help, if you will, for children, that's kind of the big vision, is to have multiple places where children can go to learn how to love and be kind and caring, and they're switched on. They have a strong, we feed their minds, we feed their souls, we feed their body with goodness. So again, they will grow up to be good. Right now, these children, have very little hope. Let's be honest. They have very little hope. And my concern, they will grow up and be exploited for evil.
Yes, that question, that is a very important question. The person who asked that one, I will say thank you so much. You enlightened all the other guests that are watching over there. You see the need, you see the vision, and all these two go together. If the vision become alive, the mission will be accomplished. So you have seen that. So you guys, Lake Media, you can go ahead and start doing your job about this, even if you go ahead and get some more audience to talk about me, even if I'm not there for fundraising. I will appreciate it. You can go ahead. I will be completely busy. There's a student from Mountain Union in Ohio. They invited both of us to go there and present this, because they went to the website and they said, yes, we want these people to come and talk to us and educate us about this.
Yeah, they actually a university in Ohio via the website reached out
to us
and said, we were interested in your story and we want to help. So we are getting the message out here in America.
So it will be busy, but the goal is January is the best new year, 2025. We want it to be a best year that all of us need to work together.
Bring some hope.
And bring some hope there. And I want everybody, when you apply over there to South Sudan to want to see the children, I want you to go and sit there and drink cold water and say, yes, we are making a progress. And that is what we want to do. I want all my colleagues who knows me and who don't know me, who are in the US, in Canada, to switch on. We have a switch on. To switch on.
Switched on.
Switch on onto this. And when you switch on onto this, your $1 will not be a regret. We want to bring change.
And if anybody, for what it's worth, Switched On Life is my website. But I learned how to be switched on from my dad, who was a shoe shine boy in the 1930s. And he was the greatest man I ever knew. And he taught me the importance of feeding the mind, body, and soul. And I wrote a book called Switched On, The Heart and Mind of a Special Agent.
Yes.
Peter has a copy of it.
Bring one copy. Let us show it here. So let them see. So okay. This is just it's not even a coincidence. You need to understand the future that we were dreaming on has started now. I cried yesterday a lot when I was telling the story and the question that has came to me at the field show. So this is the book for Eric. It's called Switch On. So you can see the book in his picture. It's called Switch On. So maybe I will have a child soldier switch on a book
He
about
needs
my
a
life.
book. You're gonna get your book.
So we are working on any benefit that our South Sudanese will proud of, because we have been sending millions of dollars.
And we're gonna switch on. We're gonna switch on the people of South Sudan and Africa.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach them
Thank you.
strong mind, body, and
Body
soul.
and the soul. Because what it means soul is you wake up in the morning and have an exercise.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what he told me. We want these children to be strong. If you look at the Luol Deng, what he have done to show the body of South Sudanese in a World Cup, in an Olympic, it's going to be a different time. This time, South Sudanese will show the muscle that they've never seen in the world, because they want to be fat, good, have a soul to like completely having exercise, having a place. And when they get out, this child is 17 years old. How he look like this? But he's having a hope. He's happy. I'm telling you, the skin we have right here. I met with the old lady, and I was in a place called Portion Valley. Portion Valley is in Central City in Colorado. I went in there. I was working part-time, and the lady was looking at me. She's an old lady, retired. He's in a casino, but he didn't have a time to like get a clip to see me. But when he come back to me, he just called me. But that time I was really very young. He called me, young man, you was with his old man right there. And he said, and where are you from? I never seen that Chinese skin before. I said, I'm from South Sudan. He said, man, that skin you have, nobody have it around the world. But when I saw our skin being shown in the world, in the media, a lot of people comment about it. We need those children to shine in the glow, to be seen like what Luol Deng did. So I need all our players also to involve this and donate, because we're gonna build more things that will bring hope in South Sudan.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Lake State Media, permit me to request for two things. Number one, my brother Eric, I think your book can be beneficial to us, because if you get something that always feed your mind and eventually feed your soul and your whole body, and then you become upright citizen. And once your mind is toxic, and then the whole body become weak, the soul become weak, and you become a weak citizen. And weak citizens is the one that is doing human trafficking to make a
Yes.
business. Those are weak soul.
Yes.
A weak body is the one that corrupts the public funds to benefit himself. Those are weak soul. You
Yes.
cannot be a strong soul when you steal people's money.
Yes.
So please, we'll be grateful if you could spare 2 copies or 1 copy, and then hit the Amazon and then
Yeah.
read to us so that we can read about it. Number 2,
Yeah.
as you'll be going to meet with those college students, we'll be happy if you could take a small clip of 5 minutes, share it with the Lake State Media, and then we will publish it on our website or our platform
Yep.
for many South Sudanese also to listen and see the crowds of what is happening and how South Sudan history has been loved by the whole world. And even the kids who don't even know about South Sudan are yearning so much to know what South Sudan is all about. Those are the 2 requests on your table, on your desk. Before we end up with our show, on Lake State Media staff, we will start our donations, whatever thing that we have with our families, we will do that through website. And
Thank you.
if anybody, to you, our viewers, if it is difficult for you to reach out to Peter Juma or even Eric, you can also contact Lake State Media. Isaac Temple is always checking Lake State Media. If you find your information that you want to donate, he will automatically direct you to the rightful person or to the link where you can donate. Also, Abraham Adinamajak, who is always checking on Lake State Media messages and emails, will also do the same thing, and they will be useful on this journey. And as you'll move on to do more talks and more shows in regard to the fund mobilization, you always send us a small clip wherever you go, whether Eric's or Juma. Send us, at least this is where we can help you as the media. We will do our best to make sure your names are always remain there. And even the fundraising is always in the ears of South Sudanese, and they will always listen to it and they will always read your history. That's what I can add. And after this juncture, I would like to give you last time so that you can add your last message to South Sudanese and to other nationals who might be interesting to know this story and who might be the human gracious enough to support the foundations through fundraising. And if there is something that you want to add on, brother Landit or even Eric, then you will be glad to hear before we close the show. And before that, Isaac will also give word of thanks and appreciation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We will send you a little bit of clip of what we have done yesterday. You will see the show that I was in with Eric yesterday. We'll send you a picture. We'll get the small clips for you to see it. And I already gave you a permission to anytime when you decide to come out and you want to talk about South Sudanese. Somebody is here from Senegal. He said, I am switch on in Senegal. So it might be South Sudanese, but I'm saying the switch on is going to be our main motto because Eric is using it, and I see switch on is very important. So everywhere I will go, like if I go to South Sudan, I will maybe invite you to be live of what I'm doing, putting somebody over there to make sure Lake State is live, what I'm doing. If I'm going to have opportunity to build that kitchen, also Lake State will be also there while I'm breaking the ground. And if it is finished, Lake State will also be informed. That will be our state. That will be our platform that we will connect with the South Sudanese. So what I will tell South Sudanese is that we have been spending a lot of time overseas for a very, very, very long time without thinking about what we can contribute back. The Stop Child Soldier Foundation is an open door for you to think back about South Sudan. If you cry about South Sudan, donate to Stop Child Soldier Foundation. And what you will see going back home, your $1 will do a lot of work. Because what I'm saying, $1, if I have 5 million people in America, including South Sudanese, putting $1 in, that will be only at least how many $1 million is there? It's going to do the job. And we're going to do a simple job, easy job, and we're going to employ those boys that welcome me over there. They didn't have a job. I see how they were suffering. We're going to employ them. They're going to do a good job for you. And they're going to work those in. Yeah, that's the one that we had in the show yesterday. So Eric put it in so quickly. So that is a pill that was hosting a show, and another person was on the background. That is going to an American platform. That is American platform. Lake State is South Sudanese platform. Who is going to do the best? Who knows their story? South Sudan knows their story. Americans want to learn. They will learn from us. But whatever you will do will make American media work better. Because if you donate the journey for the January, and we go in there and lighten up and switch on, bring all these boys with morale, put them in, we go and get the brick, we get this, and we put it in, and you see that Army there foundation, they are sweating with like what they did in the airport, and we bring it back to Americans. They're going to make double more than what we do. So we want the beginning of this to begin right away. And listen to this. When you see me greeting kids, I carry kids in that video. What do I show them if I don't go back? I want to make sure those little kids, I bring them surrounded me and make sure everybody will see they are eating something. and they are drinking milk with your $1. Just for the first day I will arrive. I make sure to group them, grown up, 3 years old, and let them see that is what your $1 will do. If I visit by myself with what I work every day, what would your $1 do? Because mine have bring the picture only. Leave about the little food we bought. We did not show it. It was down there. We bring them some flowers and oil and beans and whatever. We give it to them. But that was just anything that it was not cooked. When I was when we were in Panyudu, we used to get biscuit, and my best biscuit that I know was called BB pie. Everybody know that. Every time we sit in the line, can you remember that? And the biscuit, when we said it's time of biscuit, you get in your line so quickly, and everybody will be handling a package.
MP5, yes.
Yeah, and BB5 was my best one. When I eat it, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm alive now. So why can't I bring another BB5 to this kid with your $1, guys? Listen to me. This is a work of God.
Let me say for you and for your audience, this man is a good man. This man is an honest man. I've seen him reach into his own pocket to give money to others, to his family members, to people he doesn't even know. He reached into his pocket in my presence. So trust me when I say I trust this man to do the right work, to do the good work, to help others.
Eric, send this one to them. That is a picture concerning what I did.
So let me just finish.
Mm-hmm.
And he will do the Lord's work, God's work, because in my heart and mind and soul, we all represent Jesus, God. We all represent him. And so Peter here represents God and Jesus in the right way, in that he wants to serve others. This is not about making money for him or for me, quite frankly. This is about serving others. And of course we have to put food on the table so we can be switched on. We want a strong mind, body, and soul, and we have to travel. But rest assured that every dollar that is raised will go to the children. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to let you know we were eating on the restaurant together with Eric. In Juba, yes. Somebody ordered food extra, and we have another extra food available. And somebody say, return it back. I say, look, keep it here. It was a very nice plate, nice food. And I said, keep it here. Immediately when we finished talking, I covered that food. 2 soldiers walk in. They were starving. They sit on the table, and the waiter said, what do you want? And they said, we don't have money. I listened to that story over there. They sit down there and they were really starving. So I bring that food direct to their table. And I told the waiter to bring water. They eat food within 5 minutes. It was a big bunch of food. They eat it in 5 minutes. They were sweating. You know what somebody is? They were sweating. They look around and they like, whew, this is what happened. So I came back to them. When I came back to them, I talked and I said, you guys, what's going on? The clothes they are wearing, they are dry onto their bone because they are completely too skinny. So I look at it and I said, what can I do? I got $50 in my pocket. I gave them $50 and I say, guys, go and share this. They hugged me so tightly and said, this $50, it can pay about 10 soldiers. What you gave us here is something that we couldn't believe we can get something like this. So I was emotional about that. But I told them about the little bit of a story we have in the back in the day when we were fighting for liberation. I told them we didn't have food. We didn't have money. But we survived without money because we will try to find something to eat every single day we are there. So I'm not going to play the picture because that is, I'm not going to play the picture. So I took picture with them and I told them, keep yourself strong. When they get out, they were like really happy. They jump quickly outside because they are going to change that money and share it. What do you know behind them? They might be having children. They might be having families, and they can't even support them. So that is why Eric knows everybody was making line to see me when I was over there. And I will address, because I said, I don't have something. But if somebody come and talk to me, Eric will look at me. I have to change the money in South Sudanese currency. They are not my family, but the country is my family. That's why I'm doing that. So it's great that Eric witnessed what I'm doing. And if you give your $1, you will see how beautiful it's going to work. So that is what I can say about that.
Thank you so much. Do you want to add anything, Brother Eric?
Just thank you for having us, and I look forward to returning to East Africa in the new year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we close it up, let me give 1 minute to President of Lagos State Media, Mr. Isaac Temples, the man behind the growth of this media, the man who always sacrifices his sleeps and his family duties to make sure that we feed our viewers and give the information to South Sudanese if necessary. Isaac, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jock Makur, the Secretary General of Lagos State Media, and for our guest, Mr. Eric and Mr. Landit Bath. Thank you for the story that you have shared with us and with our viewers, and the vision that you have. May God bless you to keep you healthy to pursue what you have started, and we will be behind you. Our donation will be there as well, and we will be in touch in this journey. It's not a journey of one man or one person. It's a journey of all of us to transform this nation. Our country is really very rich, but mismanagement and negligence, they are there. But we have to start as the citizen from the bottom here. We can start fighting for our life to establish ourselves until everything that God has planned for that nation will come to life. So thank you all our viewers and those who have started donating, and those who haven't yet did it. Please go to the website, or you contact the Lagos State Media. We will give you the link of that website where you can start donating. Your $1, $2 will make difference for these children. Thank you so much. I'll yield back mic to you, Majuk, for the closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Isaac Temples. To our viewers, permit me to give you word of thanks for being there with us. Because otherwise, spending 1 hour plus or 2 hours watching and listening is a serious job, but you have committed yourself to listen to the story and to get the message to the depth of it. Thank you so much for always tuning into Lagos State Media. And if you just join us right now, please share it. You never know, some people may watch it later on from your platform or your wall. Thank you for that. And to our guests, my brother Eric, thank you so much. Keep being behind my brother Peter Juma, and I believe great things will happen. Because when two heads come together, there is nothing that you cannot achieve. As long as you are focused, determined, and you actually sacrifice yourself to make sure you see the visions come into reality. Thank you so much. To Lost Boys, wherever you are, from the depth of my heart, thank you so much. You are doing a lot to that country called South Sudan. We may not recognize now, but in the future, there are people outside there who are watching you. I believe there are many Lost Boys who are doing great things. Some of them, even one of Lagos State Media founder, Abraham Adin Majak. This man builds a primary school in his hometown village. And that school is now actually providing a lot of subsidies to the kids who cannot even afford to come to Juba. That is the work that South Sudan need. Not only him, there are many Lost Boys who have actually ventured into that, trying to educate many South Sudanese and provide educations to them. Thank you so much. Keep doing that. I'm not even talking the responsibility that you are doing is schooling your own kids, your family members, your relatives, paying their school fees. And also when they are sick, you have to take them to hospitals. That is a great work. Keep doing that. The whole South Sudanese who are working with the NGOs, keep doing that. You will learn a lot and you are building your soul. As Mr. Eric put it, you should be having a clear mind, a clear soul, and a strong body. And then you will be a good citizen to your country, good citizen to the world, and good human being. Thank you so much. May God be with you, and let's keep donating. $1 can make a difference. May God be with you. Thank you.
Contiara okin you, achiliu, on you in runga, Contiara okin you, achiliu, Toyina Pia wala rumbe, Gain Ping William, Toyina will wala peabor, Gain Ping William, Toyin Juba, Malatori. Ambio, Ping Ping William, to inventi wala kwaju, kaya wow, Ping Ping William, to in Malkal wala pinyaram, Ping Ping William, Pandile Lagos State in Anyam Baiban, Pinyara, where in Anyam Wawadia, Pindile Lagos State in Anyam Baiban. Penyara wena nyam wawadia ina bulwerin imbulwele ken wena bulwele jam wena bulwo pai anyoda garden gagetieng polto agarden mabo gutieng polto kubolo makur kumajong makur abere madit kaganyo ba kabino pinom anyoda garden gagetieng polto agarden mabo gutieng polto kubolo makur Peabor, Ping Ping William, to in Juba, Malatori.